Hey everyone, this is Anna with Scrapping, Stamping, and Stuff, and today I want to show you the April paper pumpkin kit. I love these paper pumpkin kits. They come in these little boxes in your mailbox, and the April kit was called My Wonderful Family, and it's always a fun surprise to see what is going to come in these each month. And this month's was some really cute cards with trees and also these really nice leaf die cuts on them. I don't know about you, I was talking to somebody about this not too long ago, how much we love tree stamps. I don't think you can go wrong with trees on your cards or your scrapbook pages. So I'm going to go through and show you how to make the two card designs that came with the kit, and then I have a couple of really cool alternative projects that I wanted to share with you and show you how I put those together. So these are the instructions. If you're not familiar with Paper Pumpkin, it comes with all of the materials to make some kind of craft kit. So you get all the paper materials, all of the embellishments, your adhesives come included, your stamps, and you get at least one mini ink pad each month. So it's a nice way to build up some stamps and some ink while not spending a whole lot on these kits. They are $22, I believe. If you get the prepaid subscription, they're a little bit less, but it's a really good price for everything you get included. So here is the stamp set, and I know you can't see all of this, but we're going to use the top of the tree stamp. There's a trunk you can use, and a couple of little flourishes. Here's a little branch. There is a few little butterflies, and then there's a lot of greetings that came in this one. I'll always be here for you. We will use family, where life begins and love never ends. We're going to use that. And then there's one that says to my wonderful, and then there's a stamp that says dad, brother, daughter, sister, mom, so you can choose which one of those you want to use. There's also one that says I'm glad you are my family, and I use that on one of my alternative kits or alternative projects. So let's go through and I'll show you how to make these, then I will show you my alternatives. So here are the materials for this card. I really like that these cards this month fold a little bit different than the standard. So I'll get this scored, and we need to stamp the leaves on the tree. So the instructions tell you, if you see this big flower on this side and this big flower on this side, we're going to stamp once on this side, once on the other side, and that flower will line up with, there's a flower right here on my stamp. So with these mini ink pads, I like to ink my stamps like this, upside down. If you have the big ink pads, of course you can use them, but this is kind of the way I like to ink my big stamps if I have a little ink pad. And then I'm supposed to line up this flower with that flower. And what I found out is, if you get close, it works. If it doesn't need to be perfect to look nice by any means. So we'll stamp this other side. Again, I'm going to try to line that flower up. And that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Now, while I have my ink here, I'll go ahead and stamp this little tag that says family, where life begins, love never ends. Very good. Now we just have to assemble this. So I am going to put the tree branch on. This was already, these were all die cuts in the kit, and I've used a lot of them on the cards I've already put together. But you just punch these out and go, so it's really easy. So I'm going to put glue on the back of this. I don't want to put it down here at the bottom because then it would glue to my bottom flap, and I don't want that. So I'll just put it up higher. If you get a real thin stream of this, onto the branches. It shouldn't squeeze out and make a mess. So we'll put that on. Now I want a couple of dimensionals on the back of this piece. So I'll put 3 on, 1 at each end and 1 in the middle. These kits are just so much fun. You never know what's going to come. You can make them as they're designed, or you can come up with different projects like I did with some of these, but I'm always amazed at the creativity of whoever comes up with these kits. So I just put some snail on the back of this. I'll stick it on. And the kit came with, you always get extra die cuts. So here's my die cut sheet of birds and butterflies. So I'm going to pull off 2 birds and put a dimensional on the back of each one. Put them up in the tree. And at some point I will find my little pearl embellishments to add on here. I'm sure they're lost in my mess here. But let's go ahead and do this next card. And this one is really fun because it is a Z-fold card. So this is how this card opens up. So that's pretty cool. So here's what we need for this one. Here is the card base, and I need to fold it around this direction. Use my bone folder here, and then I need to fold that front flap back. This is a really nice piece. It says, life's greatest blessings begin and end with family. It is in families that we learn to love, teach what is most important, and grow together in love and laughter. Grateful for you, happy to be yours. So this is a really nice one. We're going to cover up a lot of that so you won't be able to see the whole thing. But I just want to put adhesive on the left side of it so that it doesn't stick over here. So stick that on so that still opens up. Now here are the other types of die cuts. We had the tree trunks and branches, and then we have these leaves. So I'll put a couple of dimensionals. Actually, I put 3. I'll pick 3 leaves and put these on. I like not attaching all of my pieces down perfectly, my die cuts, because it's kind of nice when some of them are unattached and they stick up a little higher or kind of do their own thing. So I have that on. Next, I want to put this ribbon on down here. So I am going to run a strip of snail right there and lay part of this in it. Now I'm going to wrap it back around and lay the top part into the rest of it. Now here's another one of the little tags. I got a big sheet of these tags that I'll be able to use on some other projects too. And I'll use the stamp that says, I'll always be here for you. This Hey Friend actually came from a different set. I made 2 that say Hey Friend, and this was my other one that I made with the stamp from this set that says, I'll always be here for you. Now I'll put a couple dimensionals on the back of that. And I'll also grab one of the butterflies and put one on the back of him while I'm doing this. It's really nice. I love to come up with my own craft projects, but these kits are really nice because they're already put together. They're already planned. It's kind of like It's kind of like going to a card class where somebody else did all the work for you. Okay, so that is how those go together. Now, if I find my little pearl embellishments, I'll add some of them. But I'll show you, so here are the cards we have. Let's see if I can fit all these in here. And I'm not going to, but so I have, maybe I will. So I have 4 of each of those cards. Now, like I said, with your kits, you always get extras. So I have extra die cuts, I have extra embellishments, I have extras of the birds and the butterflies. So let me show you what else I came up with. I did use my own paper materials for the most part on these, but I used the stamp set and some of the little tags and things on these. So this is a scrapbook page that I made. I thought I absolutely love this tree. This one looks a little bit different than the ones on the cards. On the card, we used the stamp over here and the stamp over here to get the big round tree. On these, I just use it once with the tree trunk stamp that comes in the set to stamp these trees all over this page. And then down here, for kind of my focal point, I made one of the big trees with 2 of the stamps and one of my leftover die cuts. And this tag was left over. I took the stamp that says, I'm glad you are my family. And I just took a marker over the my family part so that that would be the only part that had ink on it. And that is how I stamped this right here. And then these little stamps, these little leaves down here are from that stamp set. And I added a few embellishments, some of our braided linen trim and some sequins. And I thought that turned out really cute. So there is one other project you could make with this. And this last one I thought would make a really neat gift. This is a frame that I can either, somebody can hang on the wall or prop up on their desk or somewhere. But I wanted to make it look kind of like 4 seasons. So I did the pink for the tree for springtime, green for summer. I debated what color to use for fall, but this was our terracotta tile ink. And then I used Seaside Spray for hopefully what looks like wintertime. This was one of the leftover tags, and I used that stamp that says, I'm so glad you're my family. And I die cut out this crumb cake piece. I used our sprig punch to punch out these with the gold glimmer paper. Used some more of that braided trim and a few of the leftover birds and butterfly. And then I just added a few of the gold pearls on there. So I think you could use this stamp set for all sorts of things. So I wanted to show you a couple of alternative projects. You could scale this frame project back. I intended to make one of these and I sort of ran out of time with my schedule, but you could scale this back and just make one of these, one tree in a small frame with some kind of little sentiment, and that would be a really nice gift for somebody too. So Mother's Day is coming up, Father's Day is coming up. Some of these nice little handmade gifts that have to do with family could be used for those. So thanks for joining in, everybody. If you're interested in signing up for Paper Pumpkin, let me know. You can sign up and get it once. You can sign up for a subscription and get it until you want to change your subscription. But it's just a really cool, inexpensive, fun thing to get in the mail, besides all those bills and junk mail and all that stuff that you don't really want to get. But just kind of a fun little thing to get in the mail and spend an hour or 2 on to take a little break from your day. So I hope you are having a wonderful day, and I will see you again next time.